I ever told you about my uncle? Uncle Aiden. I wasn't planning on inviting him to the wedding, but... What the hell is this thing?
Where did you get this?
You! And that's all that matters.
Hidden in Rob1n's first 10 minutes. A clue that predicts the ending. Missed it? Let's blow your mind. The film opens with a terrified woman who has just witnessed something horrific inside a warehouse. In a nearby house, a cat belonging to the owner has been brutally killed, but not by a human. A robot killed it. This robot was created by a scientist named Aiden, who was devastated after losing his son in a tragic accident. Still unable to cope with the loss, Aiden built a robot in memory of his son and named it Rob1n, which is also the title of the film. When the robot first moved its hand, Aiden was filled with a mixture of shock and joy. He began treating the robot like his own child, and for a moment, it felt like his life had regained meaning. However, he failed to realize that this robot had started developing a mind of its own, complete with emotions and jealousy. It had killed the cat because it sensed Aiden's affection was divided between it and the animal. Wanting Aiden's love all to itself, the robot saw the cat as a rival and eliminated it. Meanwhile, the film introduces Leo, a young man who has been in a relationship with his girlfriend for 5 years. He proposes to her, but hides a troubling secret. He is deeply in debt and constantly watched by loan sharks. When she asks him about his work, Leo brushes it off and instead decides to introduce her to his uncle, none other than Aiden. They arrive at Aiden's home, where he explains that a past road accident has weakened his memory. He initially doesn't recognize Lou, but eventually recalls him. Aiden, now elderly, struggles with mobility, so Leo's girlfriend helps him into the house. Watching from above is the robot, Rob1n. As Leo browses old photographs, he hears a noise and notices a child's shadow behind a curtain, but finds nothing when he checks. Then, he sees a strange robot sitting near the fireplace, surprising both himself and his girlfriend. Aiden proudly introduces it as Rob1n, claiming it's an incredible invention to demonstrate Rob1n's abilities. Aiden asks everyone to step outside the room and knock 3 times before re-entering. When they come back, Rob1n has vanished, causing Leo to feel uneasy. The housemaid reassures him that only the 4 of them are present. Later, as Aiden rests, the maid speaks with Leo and his girlfriend, revealing her concern for Aiden, whose behavior changed drastically after his son's death. She considers him a father. The next day, the maid fails to show up for work, a first in years. Aiden becomes worried. Then he notices blood on Rob1n's face. Afraid, Aiden tricks Rob1n into going to the warehouse, where he discovers pieces of the maid's clothing stuck on the robot. Enraged, Aiden confronts Rob1n, asking if he killed the maid. Rob1n's silence says it all. Heartbroken, Aiden removes the robot's battery and storms off, but to his horror, Rob1n reactivates itself. That night, Leo sneaks through the house searching for a hidden safe and money to pay off his debts. His search proves fruitless. The next morning, Aiden returns to the warehouse to check on Rob1n, but finds it missing. As he heads back into the house, he hears piano music upstairs. There, he finds Rob1n blinking in front of a mirror, mimicking human behavior. Shocked that it works without a battery, Aiden grows increasingly concerned. That night, Leo again searches the house. In an upstairs room, he finds a box of old toys once owned by Aiden's son. Aiden catches him and confronts him, advising him to stop snooping. Leo asks about Aiden's son's death, and Aiden admits he was out of town when it happened. Some say his son died in a fire. Others say he took his own life. Even the police never uncovered the truth. The incident also damaged Aiden's memory. The next day, police arrive at Aiden's house. The maid's brother had reported her missing, and the last known location was Aiden's warehouse. A taxi driver had even confirmed that he waited outside for the maid to return, but she never did. Aiden repeatedly claims ignorance, and lacking evidence, the police leave. However, the maid's brother secretly sneaks into the warehouse and calls her phone. He hears it ringing inside and follows the sound, only to discover her decomposed body. Before he can react, Rob1n appears and hurls a metal rod at him, killing him instantly. The robot then calmly returns to sit near the fireplace. When Aiden later questions Rob1n again about the maid's death, the robot responds only by blinking, then writes something with fire that momentarily comforts Aiden. Leo overhears the conversation and becomes suspicious. He digs up old news articles online and contacts a reporter, who uncovers the horrifying truth. On Rob1n's 11th birthday, Aiden threw a party. As a prank, someone locked Rob1n in the basement. When he was released, he seemed changed, dangerous. He went on a violent rampage, killing nearly everyone at the party. Aiden and the reporter were the only survivors. When Rob1n attacked his mother, Aiden shot and killed him. To protect his reputation, he bribed the police to bury the incident. Shocked by the revelation, Leo confides in his girlfriend, but she's angry after seeing messages from debt collectors on his phone. Leo admits everything. He had hoped to steal from Aiden to repay his debts and start fresh with her. He promises that once they're out of danger, they'll marry and begin a new life. That night, they spike Aiden's coffee with sleeping pills to proceed with their plan. Meanwhile, 2 police officers return to the house. When no one answers the door, they search the property. One officer enters the basement and discovers a robot with glowing eyes. As she investigates, Rob1n stabs her and electrocutes her with a deadly device. The second officer arrives, smells burning flesh, and finds his partner's body. Before he can react, Rob1n attacks and kills him too. Upstairs, Leo and his girlfriend search for the safe. They find a hidden basement beneath the floor. Inside, they spot liquor bottles and keep looking. Suddenly, Leo hears footsteps but finds no one. Then, his girlfriend turns and sees the blood-covered robot standing before her. Screaming, she flees and reunites with Leo. They finally find the safe and open it using Aiden's son's birth date as the password, only to discover it is empty. Crushed and terrified, his girlfriend cries, realizing they're now at the robot's mercy. Before they can escape, Rob1n impales her with an iron rod. Distraught, Leo grabs a weapon and fights the robot, but is overpowered and knocked unconscious. He awakens tied to a chair in the same basement where Rob1n was once locked. The robot begins to speak, now seemingly possessed by Rob1n's soul, recounting the abuse he endured from his mother. He accuses Leo of deceit. When Leo lies, the robot punishes him with a nail gun. On the third attempt, Leo breaks down and confesses everything. He was never Aiden's nephew and only exploited his memory to steal money. Racked with guilt, Leo begins cutting his ropes with a nail. Just as the robot tries to punish him again, Leo frees himself and attacks. But before he can finish the robot, Aiden appears and shoots him. Aiden had realized the soul of his son now lived within the robot, and he couldn't let anyone harm him. Aiden repairs the robot and continues to raise it as if it were his real child. From that moment forward, anyone who comes between Aiden and his robot son will face deadly consequences. And with that chilling revelation, the film ends that I end the first 10 minutes of Rob1n. There's a subtle yet chilling clue that foreshadows the film's dark twist, when a robot kills the cat out of jealousy. At first, it seems like a simple glitch or malfunction. But looking back, this moment reveals that Rob1n isn't just a machine. It feels, it reacts emotionally, and more importantly, it kills to protect its bond with Aiden. This early act of violence hints that Rob1n is developing possessiveness and dangerous instincts, setting the stage for the later murders and the ultimate reveal that the robot may be possessed by the soul or trauma of Aiden's dead son. Miss that moment, and you miss the film's entire foundation. If this recap changed your mind about Rob1n in Smash Like. If it didn't, fight me in the comments. Be subscribed to enjoy more movies. Our next one might ruin your childhood.